Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more of Solstice. So, yay, I kind of totally forget what happened the last time I played, so we're gonna just start wherever. You've seen the scene before. Use the control key to quickly skip past the scenes you already know. Okay. We'll just go through them, just because I don't remember them. So, hello, Captain. Dr. Gailen, hello. Has the true winter already gotten to you? Excuse me? That's an expression we use here when the silent season comes. Being cut off from the world, surrounded by deadly blizzards, makes some people uncomfortable. I don't remember the scene at all. Especially if it's their first time. Is that why almost everybody leaves for the dead season? The concept still fascinates me. I'm sorry, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so Lord. That's part of it, but believe me, it's more mundane than you think. The city is built on the merchant families and their businesses. Dead season makes trade impossible, so they either travel to restock or retire to their winter residences. I think I passed a few of those on my way here, but what about the commoners? What commoners? Here you're either someone important or you work for someone who is. Families take their retainers with them. They only leave those whose jobs are absolutely essential. Mine is to make sure these people are safe. Funny you should mention your job. That's exactly what brought me here. Really, Doctor? My job? Have you some words of advice? Look for him now. How can you ignore Slava? Do you know anything about it? Do you realize Lev is missing again? Do you know anything about it? I just spoke with Slava, the innkeeper. She was upset, even hysterical, because her husband's disappeared again. Slava? Hysterical? That's odd. Has she told you it's happened before? She did, but she also said he's been gone much longer than usual. How long? 10 days. I see. Do you have any idea what might have happened to him? How would I know? Lev's paths and the logic that governs them are a mystery to all. It's difficult enough just to follow his words. Insanity is hardly rare in this city. The rest of us are just better at hiding it. Spend more time here and I'm sure you'll learn to appreciate it. Why aren't you going to look for him then? Isn't this part of your job? Thanks for the advice. After just 2 weeks, you're an expert on this city and all its dwellers. Looks like true winter has treated you very well indeed. What's that supposed to mean? The first true winter in the city is usually the hardest. People find different ways to cope with the stress and the boredom. I see you get bored rather quickly. I can't believe I'm hearing this. Relax, Doctor. There's no need for aggression. Why are you so eager to help Slava and Lev anyway? Let me guess, you're fresh out of the academy or whatever they call the place you studied at, and you can't wait to change the world for the better. Is this how you always talk, or am I getting a special welcome package? Calm, calm, good doctor. When people find themselves too much spare time on their hands, good conversational skills become a necessity. And how about helping a woman whose husband is missing? Did you ever get to meet Lev? Yes, he came to me one evening. I treated him. Then you must have realized he was suffering from a severe condition, an obsession. Kala, yes, Slava told me. Did she also tell you why they came to the city? Before he became the empty shell he is now, Lev used to be a scholar, an archaeologist. They came here looking for treasure. The treasure. Found only disappointment and poverty. Slava did fairly well, but Lev lost himself forever. Or maybe he found a new path. One much more solitary. Who knows? So, his mania is chronic. Is that why you refused to look for him? You thought him a lost cause? No, I refused for 2 reasons. 1, I never believed Lev was in any danger, and assumed he would turn up on his own each time. 2, I was always convinced that if she truly wanted to, Slava could find her husband with no trouble. So you're saying there's no danger and Slava knows where Lev is? Quite the opposite, Doctor. I'm sorry, you've lost me there. You did say Slava was hysterical when she came to you? Yes, it took me a while to talk her down. That's unlike her. When she came to inform me about Lev's disappearances in the past, she was calm. Maybe she was hiding her fear? No, Doctor. I've known her for a few years, and I can tell you she has no need to play tough or hide her emotions in front of others. Quite the contrary. People respect her. Some even fear her because of her openness. The sincere tears of a fearful wife wouldn't harm her image, but there were none. She showed no emotion whatsoever. Really? Today she seemed mad with grief. Which would mean things are different. She's actually afraid for his safety, because this time she has no idea where he is. Why would she be afraid? I haven't got a clue. Maybe she's afraid Lev left the city and froze to death. That's one of about 1,000 possibilities, yes. Well, your hypothesis about what caused Slava's hysterics is just that, a hypothesis. If this bothers you so much, why not ask Slava yourself about her change of heart? I'd rather ask why you aren't bothered that Lev seems to be actually missing this time. I trust he can take care of himself. The man you described as completely mad just a few minutes ago? Precisely, I trust him because of his madness, but I can tell you're not satisfied with my answer. Why don't you just try and look for him yourself? Why would I want to do your job for you? Oh, I think you've already started your own little investigation. Enjoying it, aren't you? I must help Lev and Slava. Anything to kill time. Somebody has to do your job. I'm... He's right, I am enjoying this. Somebody has to do your job. I feel like I'm going to say that I must help them. Nobody knows where Lev is, and Slava asked me for help. What else could I do? The city just loves people with that kind of attitude. You'll fit in just fine. Where will you begin your search? Right here, of course. I'm going to ask one of the most informed people around. Well, Captain, who do you think I should speak to first? Slava is the obvious choice. But if she's hiding something, you're assuming she is? Her behavior doesn't make sense. I should talk to someone who may know more about her. Maybe a close friend? No, a friend would be biased. Talk to Constance. She's been around for a very long time. Don't tell her I told you that. She knows a lot about everybody. But there's another clue, isn't there? Lev's obsession with Kala may be important. Who can I talk to about that? Anybody and everybody. We all have our theories about Kala. If you want to learn about Lev's, talk to Coney. The northern caravan pilot? She's not very talkative. She likes to keep to herself and seems harsh at times, but she's quite an exceptional young woman, Doctor. Lev talked about Kala with her. Really? Who would have thought? Thanks for the advice. No problem. Good luck, Doctor. Right before we might end up leaving, so I think Lev spoke to Coney frequently. He thought she knew something about Kala. Slava, let's see what we learned about her. Slava and Lev came to the city looking for Kala. They failed their search and Lev went insane. Lev disappears rather frequently, but Slava has never seemed to care until now. Probably because he's never disappeared for 10 days. I mean, I don't think that's... We know nothing more about Sem. Constance. Constance has spent many years in the city and is very well informed. Lev. Okay, so there's nothing new on these guys. No, and there's nothing new on the city, right? No. Okay, so we can close this. Okay, good luck, Doctor. Thank you, Captain. Please, call me Kazia. Everyone does. Alright, Kazia. Call me Gailen. This will be interesting. Constance, Keeper of the Baths, Coney, Caravan Pirate. Let's go see Coney. She's so frickin' pretty. Hey, Coney. I was hoping I'd catch you here. Looks like you did. I hope I'm not bothering you. Do you want something from me? Actually, yes, I do. Then you are bothering me. But people bother each other all the time, don't they? Let me guess, you want to ask about something. Is it that obvious? Do I have it written all over my face? Southerners are as easy to read as children. Ask away. All right. Did you know Lev is missing again? I'm not surprised. I haven't seen him since the night he was beaten up. The night he was... Spirits! Now that's expressive, even for your people. Look, oh, wow, that's really cool. I just realized something. I met him the night he was beaten up, and that was the night he vanished. Yes, I asked him to visit you. He wasn't eager about it, but I told him bleeding wouldn't help him on his quest. So you saw him that night as well? He passed me on his way to the Bank District, where the rich folk live. On his way back, he was bruised and bloody. Which is how he was when I saw him. I thought the Bank District was off limits to all except the merchants. Unless you have an invitation, or what? Nothing. You need a fancy piece of paper or a big bag of money to get in. The poor sod didn't have either. So he was attacked? By whom? You're a bit slow even for a newcomer. By Isfan's guards. Can't blame them either. They were fed up with his snooping and trespassing and whatnot. They've given him warnings before. Even the old man has. That night the guards lost their temper. Or maybe the old man did. But if it was so risky, why would he go there in the first place? You talked to him, right? Then you know that man's soul has been eaten through by hunger. For Kala. That's what Southerners call it. Northerners have another name for it? Of course. We know its true name. You people gave it a stupid word that means nothing to make it more mysterious. Since all you're good at is taking things for yourselves, you imagine it's some kind of magical wish-granting toy. I'm beginning to get the impression that you don't like me because I'm not from around here. Don't be stupid. Nobody in the whole city is from around here. Demons, the city itself isn't from around here. They built it to stand out like a bad joke, a slap in the face of all the North. You must truly come from far away if you didn't know that. Tell me, what's your name again? Gailen. Alright, Gailen, let's imagine Kala really is a toy that can give you anything you wish for. You only have to ask. But you may only use a single word. What's your wish? What do I wish for? Pleasure, love, or power? I don't think he's the type of person that would wish for power. Pleasure could have so many meanings. I feel like he'd be a person to wish for, like, joy or happiness, something like that. But we're going to go with love, because that's interesting. Can I be cheesy? Love. The only thing that makes all the suffering bearable is loving another person. That's so true. Someone we care for more than ourselves. Totes. That's nice. Hard to believe a grown man would wish for that, but yeah, it's sweet. But enough games. You want to know more about the big secret? Then pay attention. It's all very simple. A long time ago, all of the North belonged to my people, including this place. Especially this place. This was your city? Don't be dense. There was no city. This was an oasis, a patch of land without ice and snow that had lots of shallow caves, and in them, hot springs. My people are born and buried among snow and ice. We have no need for great comforts. But for my ancestors, this was a very special place. That's why they built this, and now there's like all the hot water and everything. But you didn't settle here. It was decided that there was no need for us to hide underground if we could sleep under the stars. But travelers were allowed to stop here on their way across the ice desert. They returned to their homes with strange tales about the air, the water, and the warmth, how it would twist their dreams and send them visions. Wise men and women were sent here to study the cause. They experienced their own visions and declared the oasis holy. Then why did they build a city here? This place was special for Southerners, too. They knew it was the only haven in the ice desert, and they were eager to send their trade caravans through to the north. Caves wouldn't do it for them. They needed an entire city, so they came, claimed this land, and erected their bloody palaces and towers. They put their metal pipes through the ground and into the springs, made them run through the walls to warm the entire city. They didn't care that it was sacred. Your people allowed it? We didn't know how to fight. In the snow, it makes no sense to kill others. You may need their help later on. We only knew how to hunt. But the wise people studied the ways of the oasis and learnt the Southerners' plans before their arrival. They were prepared. They performed rituals to tangle the currents and slow the water, to make it cool over time. Yet the city still stands, prosperous and, well, warm. Were the rituals ineffective? Oh no, they worked fine. But the Southerners had lots of money. They hired their own wise people who came and quickened the waters. It's a little weird. They built all that you see now. They even planted trees and flowers. Flowers. In the north. And that's the whole story. Look on the bright side. I'm sorry about what happened. Yeah. That's terrible. I'm sorry your people have suffered. I guess that explains your distrust towards strangers. You being sorry doesn't change a thing. Yeah, we're all very sorry. So what? The city's here and it's only getting richer. It's not like they're going to move out tomorrow. There's no point in discussing these old stories. You got your answer. What answer? You didn't even mention Kala in your tale. Oh, I see. It's the place itself. Or the water, or the visions, or maybe magic, something like that. Whatever it has little to do with what people like you imagine it to be. That's what I've been telling Lev, but he probably just heard what he wanted to hear. That's his favorite way to listen. He wanted to learn about the lore of your people and use it to find Kala? Everything he ever does has the same goal. But... yes? But what? Oh. He was asking about magic, about things you can do with the water. You mean the kind of magic your people used on the hot springs here? Curses and rituals? I guess. The stories, that's probably where he got the idea in the first place. I told him they were just folk tales and that I'm not a magician. Did he believe you? Who knows? It's difficult to say what he believes. Anyway, why are you so interested in Lev? You didn't even know him. His wife asked me to look for him, and he was also my patient, though only for a minute or two. If Slava is so worried, why doesn't she ask the old man? I bet he knows where Lev is. You mean Istvan? The rich geezer, yes. But I thought he was the man in charge here. Can someone really just go and start asking him questions? Depends on who you are. But I've talked enough. Go away. I want to be alone. All right, thanks for telling me all this, by the way. I really appreciate it. Yeah, whatever. I need to get back to my tent. See you later, Yukone. I guess it's time to ask Slava a few questions. Let's read our new journal entries. Boop. Hold on. We'll get back to that. The night Lev went missing, he was caught trespassing and was beaten by Istvan's guards. Lev asked Yukone to teach him her tribe's rituals, but she told him they were just folk stories. I don't think we learned anything about her. Did we learn anything about Yukone? Nope. And anything about the city? They say the city was built on sacred ground and later cursed by the tribes. Okay. Dr. Gailen, I'm so glad to see you again. Do you have any news about Lev? Oops, I hit the wrong button. I was trying to... I got some information, yes. I've also heard some things that were apparently public knowledge that you forgot to mention. What do you mean? You haven't been honest with me, Slava. We need to be open about this. Compassionate persuasion, firm demand, light-hearted remark. Let's have compassionate persuasion. I agree to look for Lev, but I can't do it if you hide important information. Please understand, if I'm going to help you, you must help me first. Gods, I know it may look like I'm hiding something, but I've told you everything I know. People in this place lie to gain things, or just because they can. But this is about Lev. I've nothing to gain from keeping secrets. I see, so it's a lie that this is the first time you've been so concerned about Lev's disappearance? I've heard it's never bothered you before. People were quite surprised by how upset you were today. Why are you asking me this? Are you investigating Lev's disappearance or my emotional well-being? I can't believe it. I thought you were a reasonable man. I thought you knew the difference between fact and ugly rumor. I expected more of you. Enough. Did you know your husband was beaten by Istvan's guards the night he vanished? I did. Istvan told me. You heard this from Istvan? Ooh. I never expected he would actually do it. He came to me that night. Istvan's guards didn't go easy on him. You knew this whole time? I knew he could be a ruthless man, but he's changed so much. Spirits. The way you talk about him. What exactly is your relationship with Istvan? Ooh. He's my employer. I'm bound by compact to his will. Compact? You're right. You really don't know the basics. It's a form of contract that basically makes you the holder's slave. Everyone in the city has to sign a compact with the bank. And that used to mean Istvan. I thought the merchants governed everything. The families are always fighting each other. Istvan's family is the strongest. It's effectively in charge. Before he retired, Istvan ruled the city with an iron fist. His word was law. When the merchants left for the winter, they left him here as caretaker, which gives him all the power there is. So he's the only authority now, and since he has his guards with him, he can do whatever he wants, just like his ruling days. You seem to know him well. Let me ask you once more, what's your relationship with Istvan? He's my employer and my lover. Thank you for your honesty. What kind of a job do you do for him? Hello, she just told you. I'm bound by my compact never to reveal it. I can't tell you anything. I can only report to him. Report? You're collecting information for him? I understand. No, Doctor, you don't understand half of it. I can see this is difficult for you, Slava, but I need to ask you something else. Yukone told me Lev was asking her about magic. Do you know why? He's ill. He can't think straight. He believes anything he thinks can help him find his treasure. So he imagined Yukone would be able to help him? With magic? His imagination. It's the source of his madness, Doctor. He can no longer tell truth from his own fantasies. All right, I could ask you more, but I have a feeling you won't tell me anything new. You're stubborn, Slava. You know that? I'm the innkeeper in the City of Secrets and Lies. Speaking too much goes against my trade. I also believe that if you remember anything important, you'll tell me without my asking. I may not know you well, but I can usually tell when people are lying to me. You've told me all that you could. Thank you for your understanding, Doctor. Please, Slava, call me Gailen. All right, thank you, Gailen. Listen, there's one more thing I need to tell you before you go. I thought so. What is it, Slava? Here, take this. What's this? A book? Lev's diary, the most recent one. He put all his clues and hypotheses in it. He kept it hidden from me, but I've always known he had it. If you want to know why I'm so worried, it's because of this. He would never willingly leave it behind. It's his most precious possession. Frankly, it's his only possession. Yet he left it? And this has never happened before? Lev's memory is perfect when it comes to Kala. He gathered immense knowledge on the topic, even if most of it is myth and rumor. But when it comes to everyday life, he's a child, helpless and forgetful. Ah, interesting. The diary is protected. Yes, it's locked. I don't know where the key is. My guess is that Lev has it. No, I don't mean the physical lock, although having the key would certainly help. I just hope it'll help you find my husband before something terrible happens. I have the worst suspicions. Something bad is happening in the city. Spirits! Constance, what happened? Oh my god, she's bleeding. Dr. Gailen, I need your help. Oh my lord. Holy crap! She fainted. She was beaten. Oh my lord. Okay. Oh, so we're going to switch perspectives. So I am going to wrap this part up here. And when we come back, hopefully find out what happened to Constance, or we'll find out what's going on with this chick. I forgot her name, but whatever. But yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.